This guy's name escapes me. I actually don't. I can't remember what this guy's name is. I think his last name might be Shuttlesworth. I don't know. But
If
here
you're
we go.
watching online, you can partake of the elements with us. So if you have Instacart or Uber Eats or DoorDash, you need grape juice and crackers. If someone's writing in the comments right now, can I use Coke and Skittles? No, you'll go to hell. Grape juice and crackers.
Okay. So here we go. So this is like something that it's very common. It's very common for people who are not part of traditional churches or traditional denominations to to use grape juice for communion. But this guy isn't just using grape juice. He's like doubling down on the grape juice. He's like, this is how you do it. He's like telling people they have, online services, which are, okay. Like, I'm not going to get into that right now, but I'm not a fan of online services. Okay. I think it's fake. I don't believe that online church is real church. I think it's fake church. Unless you are dying, like you're in the hospital dying, or it's literally impossible for you to get to church because you're dying or of some illness or something. Okay, fair enough. You can watch the service digitally, but like if you can actually be at the service and you're just being lazy or cowardly, not wanting to tell your boss at work that you take Sundays off or whatever it is, whatever excuse it is, online church is not real church. Okay. So this guy is telling people at home, no, he's telling people you need to use grape juice, right? This is the way we use grape juice. The Bible tells us to use grape juice. It's like, what scripture are you referencing, bro? What scripture is that? You're telling people that this is all they can use is grape juice. They can't, like, you think this guy thinks that Jesus drank grape juice? I'm sorry, I don't think Jesus drank grape juice. Grape juice was invented in the 19th century by the founder of Welch's Grape Juice. That's why grape juice was invented like 1800 years after Jesus instituted communion with wine. Jesus used wine, fermented wine in order to institute. That's biblical. If you want to be biblical, you use wine because that's what Jesus used. He didn't use grape juice. And in order to create grape juice, you actually have to stop the fermentation process. In order to create grape juice, you have to be like, nope. You have to like stop the wine from like being. You have to stop the grapes from fermenting, which is what they naturally do, right? And when you're making wine, you have to stop the process and insist that it's going to be grape juice. But it's like it's a scientific process that was not known to mankind before the 1800s. I want to say. I don't know actually the date. I'm curious when. I'm just going to ask Google, when was grape juice invented? Here we go. Grape juice was invented in 1869 by Thomas Bramwell Welch, who developed a method of pasteurizing grape juice to prevent fermentation. This innovation was aimed at providing a non-alcoholic alternative. Oh, look at that. This innovation, anytime they use the word innovation and church at the same time, run. Okay. You do not want innovation. Innovation is bad for Christianity. But this innovation was aimed at providing a non-alcoholic alternative for church communion services. So it's just like, okay, this is ridiculous. This is stupid. Literally dumb. This is like, you have to have a frontal lobotomy to think that Jesus drank grape juice. It's like, it's ridiculous. It goes against the facts of existence, of history, of life, of science. Anyway, I can understand somebody who doesn't want to drink the wine, okay, who doesn't want wine for communion. I can understand that. That's okay. Okay, we can make an adjustment. You can get your grape juice. But to say that it has to be grape juice, that's crazy. That's just so crazy. I mean, it's like, yes, it's unbiblical in the sense that Jesus used grape juice, or Jesus used wine, but it's also just totally, again, like almost Mormon-esque. It's like what the Mormons do with church history. They just pretend like church history doesn't exist. You know what I mean? Like, this guy's like pretending like the church didn't believe and didn't use wine for all of its history up until, like, a century and a half ago. So anyway, it's just weird. That's my take.